Our next topic of discussion is still talking about the development and characteristics of learners, but we're talking about the advanced developmental milestones of individuals with gifts and talents. And this would be from very early childhood all the way through adolescence. And our information came from a database from the Gifted Consortium. And the first article that we came across was it was titled "Small Poppies," and the topic of this article was milestones in development that they reach both as a very early child, as a small poppy. The first one that will come through is called, or it's mobility, and this can be things like crawling, walking, moving, playing with things around them at an earlier age, and moving and being able to do things at an earlier age that people or other children their age are not able to do. An example of this is walking before 6 months. Um, the second topic that we're going to discuss is reading. Reading at an early age, at a higher percentile, um, at 3 years. Reading before 3 years old is considered a huge thing for gifted to identify a gifted student. This is something that most kids it takes a little bit longer to properly read or be able to understand different words and different grammar.
The third milestone is being recognized as a profoundly gifted child. The mobility is going to send some alerts to the parents when it is at a much accelerated speed than normal children. Reading before the age of 3 will be another indicator that their child may be showing signs of being gifted, not necessarily profoundly gifted, which would show later on in their life. But the third part would be kind of collecting the data and deciding that you need to start looking at different options to see if your child needs to be tested, so you can help them in the abilities and the needs that they have. The fourth milestone that we're going to talk about is definitely not the only milestone, but it's kind of setting the child up for where they're going to head in the adult life, is an IQ test. When they become of age to take the IQ test, they can be tested. If they test above a 180 according to the International Gifted Consortium. Testing over 180 will fall into the profoundly gifted range, which is 1 out of 1 million. Once that test has been identified, the parents can have the better knowledge and resources to set up their child so they will have the best life possible for them.
And it's also important here to note that IQ is also not the only thing that labels a child profoundly gifted. It's just a good indicator of where they are at an early age.
That concludes all the data for profoundly gifted special population for the Floyd County Schools Gifted Endorsement Program.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to do your similarities and differences before that?